Hello, brethren. All right, peoples. So yesterday I was recording on Snapchat, and Snapchat is very limiting because you only get a minute to record something. And I wanted to expand upon one of the, origin tales that I discussed, and that is football and soccer. Because what happened was, we had the gladiatorial games, and people just kept getting killed, and it wasn't the best idea. I got maimed after I invented it. The lions kept getting killed. We had to keep finding more. It's hard to find, when you're in ancient Rome, it's hard to find lions everywhere. There, not so many. You got to go to Africa, and we just didn't go to Africa that much. It was a big problem. So what we decided to do was create a set of games that did not require people to die. And the first game was that we created a ball, and we kicked the ball around the field, and we tried to kick it in someone's goal. We created these goals, and people tried to stop it, and whoever kicked the most in got points. And there was always, there's this girl who refereed all the games, this woman who was a ref, and at the end of the game, we usually punched her in the face, and sometimes if she had a bad call, we punched her in the face then too. So we named the game Soccer, right? And then one time we ordered a batch of balls for the next game. It was a big game. People were coming from all over the world to watch this game in the Coliseum. And we blew up the balls, and they all blew up really weird, like they looked like eggs, not balls. They blew up real funny, and everyone's like, whoa, what are we going to do with this? They start kicking around the field. It just didn't go. It didn't, roll really funny. So I said, we're going to have to tweak up the game a little bit. We can't cancel. Look at all these people. They'll lynch us. So we're going to tweak up the game a little bit. How about instead of kicking it across the field, we run it across the field, and you can throw it to your teammates. Yeah, and we'll call this one football, and, the other one soccer that we have already. Because this time we got a male referee, and we're not going to sock him. Sock him, rock him. And people said, well, that's stupid because the other game you use your foot, you kick it, that's football. This game, you run it, you should call it run ball. I said, that sounds awful, run ball, it's stupid. So why don't we just add a little element in here where you kick the ball, a little piece of it where you can kick the ball, and then we could call it football, and, it sounds legit. And everyone said, Matt, you're a pretty smart guy when you think of it. So I said, we should keep both these games going. We shouldn't just have one set of games because, look, we're going to make double the ticket sales. People are loving this football game. Football ended up being a little more violent because how do you take the ball away from someone who's running? Well, you got to knock him to the ground and get him to drop the ball. So people were beating the shit out of each other on the field to get that ball, and everyone loved it. Way more violent than soccer, but people weren't dying, so it was like a happy medium between the gladiatorial games and soccer. So we said we got to keep both of these games. People are loving both of them. We can make double the ticket sales, more money for everyone. So we had soccer and we had football, and we found that they had the same effect as the gladiatorial games, which is they got people to stop paying attention to what the government was doing and allow the government, which I also invented and was running at the time, to get away with murder. It was pretty good. It was pretty cool. It was a good time. And meanwhile, at my poker tournament, where my buddy Alan Capone, he used to use this baseball bat to bash people's heads in when he was mad at them. And we took that baseball bat and we made it, there's a whole thing where someone's trying to kill me with grenades, and I had his baseball bat. I started knocking those grenades, and it turned out that was a fun game, and we turned that into baseball. And now we have these 3 games, and we started calling these guys all athletes, even though they weren't getting athlete's foot anymore, because there was just no, I just knocked the line, anyway, there was no real lion poop for people to step in anymore. So people weren't really getting athlete's foot at the time, but we still call them athletes in honor of the dead gladiators who all died with gross infections on their feet because they stepped in, lion poop all the time. Yeah, those gladiator games were not really well thought out. But it led us to something bigger and better, and we're all filthy rich now. And later we invented hockey, and we invented lacrosse, and rugby, and cricket, and all these other games, and we started really cleaning up with all these games. People got nuts about them. All these fans, all these sports fanatics, they started really betting on them. We started running the bookies and we started betting on all these against our fans. It was pretty great. It was a pretty good time. And I invented horse racing years earlier. When I was with Billy the Kid and Jesse James, and I invented cheating back then too. And later I invented boxing, and people started using that cheating concept to fix the fights. It really got out of control, and it kind of grew beyond me, and I just washed my hands of it all and went on to bigger and better things. So that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for listening, guys. Tune in another time for another story and another day and another place and another something. Thank you.